Welcome back everyone. Take a deep breath and imagine something unbelievable for a moment. Imagine waking up in the United States and discovering that every single day, for exactly 5 minutes, America could pause time. The wind freezes mid-air, cars stop in the middle of the road, raindrops hang like tiny crystals, and only the people inside the country can move freely. No ticking clocks, no movement, just 5 minutes of total stillness. And today, we're diving deep into what that world would look like, how people would use it, how it could change society, and what unexpected consequences might come with it. So sit tight, because this ride is about to get wild. At first, most people would probably celebrate. Imagine having 5 extra minutes every single day where deadlines don't matter, alarms don't matter, and you can do whatever you want while the entire world is frozen. Students would use it to finish homework, office workers would try to complete pending emails, and some people would simply enjoy the silence. But let's be honest, some people would immediately use it to cheat. Imagine an exam in a university. Clock hits 11:07 a.m. The professor looks away, and boom, America pauses time. Students quickly search textbooks, flip through notes, or whisper answers. The professor, still frozen, has no clue. Cheating would become the easiest thing in the world. But it wouldn't stop there. Grocery stores would have to hire extra security because imagine this. Someone grabs a bag of chips, time freezes, and suddenly they're walking out without paying. Cameras can't record anything because everything is paused. The government would literally need a new department called Time Pause Security. Sounds funny, but trust me, the lawmakers would be sweating. Some people would use it in creative ways. Chefs could prepare food faster than ever. Imagine a restaurant rush hour. Orders are piling up, customers are yelling, and the chef just pauses time, calmly finishes 15 dishes, unpauses, and says, "Order up." And boom, 5-star service all day. Doctors could save thousands of lives. A patient collapsing at 4:59 p.m. The doctor pauses time, performs CPR, stabilizes them, and unpauses before anyone realizes. It would look like a miracle every single day. But here's where things get a little crazy. Crime would become nearly impossible to control. Imagine a thief trying to rob a bank. Police sirens approaching. The thief smiles, pauses time, walks out with bags of cash past the frozen officers, and disappears. Law enforcement would need a whole new strategy, and detectives would be left scratching their heads like, how did this guy escape a locked room with no open windows? Well, 5 minutes of paused time, that's how. Of course, the government wouldn't just sit and watch. You know how the US loves turning everything into a big project? They would probably try to regulate those 5 minutes. Maybe they'd create a national system where only trained professionals are allowed to use the pause effectively, like military teams, emergency responders, and scientists. They might even try to analyze how the pause works. Is it magic? Technology? A glitch in reality? And knowing America, they'd definitely start making movies about it. Superhero stories, conspiracy theories, everything. But now picture this on a personal level. Think about your daily life. Imagine waking up late for work. Your boss calls, "Where are you?" And you just smile, pause time, get dressed, grab breakfast, reach the office, sit in your chair, then unpause and say, "I've been here since 9 a.m." People would be unstoppable. Procrastinators would finally feel powerful. The word last minute would actually mean paused minute. And yes, let's be honest, some people would take things too far. Imagine couples arguing, and one person pauses time to think of the perfect comeback line. Or kids trying to steal cookies while parents stand there frozen with the "don't you dare" face. Or the gym crowd pausing time so they can lift heavy weights and pretend they're super strong. Social media influencers would go insane with it. "Hey guys, today I'm going to pause time and prank my frozen neighbor." The content would be endless. But deeper than all that, something else would happen. Those 5 minutes of silence would become a moment of reflection. A moment where people could think clearly without noise, without pressure, without the world rushing around them. Imagine someone struggling with life decisions, career, relationships, dreams, and suddenly they have 5 minutes every day to breathe, to reset their mind, to think freely. Motivation would rise. People would start journaling in paused time, meditating, planning goals, or simply calming their anxiety. Those 5 minutes could become the most precious part of the day. Now here's the twist. With time pausing daily, productivity would skyrocket. Imagine factories finishing work early, deliveries happening faster, projects completing ahead of schedule. But at the same time, there's a danger: burnout. Because if people have extra time, bosses might expect more work. You had 5 paused minutes, why isn't the report finished? Workers would slowly realize extra time does not always mean extra rest. A philosophical question would also appear. If America is the only country that can move during the pause, what does that mean for global politics? Imagine world leaders in the middle of negotiations, and suddenly the US pauses time, walks around the table, reads everyone's documents, memorizes everything, then unpauses and pretends to be surprised by the decisions. Intelligence agencies would gain unimaginable power. Other countries would panic. They might even accuse America of cheating in diplomacy. And honestly, they wouldn't be wrong. Scientists would go crazy trying to understand what happens during the pause. Does the human body age during those 5 minutes? If time is frozen, does your heartbeat continue? If someone gets injured while time is paused, does the injury count in real time? Imagine someone falling during paused time and then unpausing suddenly. Do they continue falling or does gravity reset? These questions would start endless debates. But here's something people won't expect: loneliness. Imagine walking through a city where everything is frozen. People stuck mid-conversation, children paused mid-laugh, birds hanging in the air. That silence would feel powerful at first, but eventually, it might become sad. Humans aren't built to feel alone in motion while the world stays still. Some people might avoid using the time pause because the quiet is too heavy. Still, some would find magic in it. Imagine spouses leaving small surprises for each other during the pause. Parents fixing their kids' room, writing tiny notes, preparing breakfast secretly. 5 minutes could repair relationships, calm arguments, and bring people closer in surprising ways. But remember this: with great power comes great confusion. People would start fights like, "You used the time pause to win an argument." Or, "You cleaned the whole house in paused time, don't act like you worked hard when I was frozen." Or, "You paused time to finish my fries, didn't you?" Society would enter a new era of petty drama. And then there's the biggest problem: fairness. Some people would misuse those 5 minutes every single day. Others would forget to use them at all. People with better planning skills would gain an advantage over those who don't even remember the pause exists. Over years, this could create a gap. 2 kinds of Americans. Ones who master the pause, and ones who waste it. Schools would start teaching time pause management as a subject. Motivational speakers would earn millions saying things like, "Use your 5 minutes wisely." Champions are built in frozen time. But here's a funny thought. Imagine someone pausing time to eat snacks secretly, and when time resumes, their family sees crumbs all over their face. Or imagine someone pausing time to avoid an embarrassing situation, like tripping, and then repositioning themselves like nothing happened. Comedy would be everywhere. Yet despite all the chaos, crime, creativity, and confusion, there's something undeniably beautiful about this idea. 5 minutes of pure stillness could teach America something it has forgotten: how to slow down. People rush through life, run behind deadlines, chase goals, drown in stress. But 5 minutes where everything stops, that could remind them that sometimes peace is hidden in small pauses. And now that we've explored this entire journey, how people would use it, abuse it, benefit from it, and how society would transform, I want to ask you something. If you had 5 minutes every day where the whole world froze but you could move, what would you do? Think carefully, because even imagining it can change the way you look at time. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment telling me what you would use the pause for, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more mind-bending ideas like this. Your support helps us grow and bring more amazing content every day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.